to the Mini as well. So there we go. So it looks like I have challenged Ryan, our lead game designer, to a race down the side of the volcano. Let's see how this plays out.
Looking forward to this. I do have to ask though, I mean, we mentioned that the Eliminator was a sort of a later addition, a fun new thing that you added to Forza Horizon 4, and that was very much added to a map that already existed. So how much did that sort of change the way you worked on the Forza Horizon 5 map, knowing that you wanted to launch it day one? Did you make a map that was more Eliminator in mind?
Yeah, that's a great question. So yeah, so as I said, between launching Eliminator and releasing Forza Horizon 5, this became our most popular multiplayer mode. And when that happens, that of course will then factor into the way that you build and design the world to create awesome moments within the Eliminator, much like the one we're seeing right now, where a VW Beetle's managing to reach near enough 100 miles an hour down the side of a volcano in a head-to-head race.
When you put it that way.
Magical moments like this. The really fun one is the opposite way, where the end point is in the top of the volcano, and you need to really make sure you've got yourself a car with a bit of torque to get back up there. Yeah, so talk about it. But there are a ton of world features. I think the city as well, Guanajuato, is one that really plays into Eliminator and really favours high-level play. You really do want to be an expert level map knowledge before you start like choosing Guanajuato as your spawn location.
Say goodbye before you're kicked out. I'm a big fan of that.
It changes when you enter the Eliminator as well, so you have unique options based on the game mode you're playing. And also in the different stages you get different link options as well.
Oh, I like that.
So here we're in the swamps. I'm driving the Porsche Cayenne, which is, a big old SUV. I've just crashed into the tree, but that's not going to matter because the clearance that this car has means that I can drive straight through the water here, through the swamp, whereas person driving the Mercedes AMG 1 knows that their car's too low. If they come through here, they're really going to feel a lot of drag going through the water, so they've had to stick to the roads, which gives the Porsche Cayenne, which is obviously a slower car than the Mercedes AMG 1, a chance. So let's see how this one plays.
A chance to steal a level 10 car as well.
Exactly, and then use it to get away from the swamp. It's
not an opportunity you get much. It's going to be close.
There we go.
Very nice.
And now, yeah, pro tip, once you're in that AMG 1, get out of the swamp. It's useless here.
You get it. Very nice. That's the dream, that is. I think I've only had a level 10 car once, and I did go on to win the Eliminator in the level 10 car, but it was just pure chance that I got it.
That's the thing you could do, but also you'll have to sit and wait for the animation to complete for about 15 seconds, by which point someone will challenge you and take off and beat you. So.
I'll tell you what, on tips for driving, particularly as we now look at this very final stage, I want to go to Andy. Andy, do you have any tips as our resident racer on what to do when it comes to the Eliminator?
Yes and no. I think you were talking about the right sort of things with the type of cars that you end up in and where you end up in the world as to what you end up doing. Like for example, the player that we were watching here has got a Camaro, and there was a lot of cross-country action going with quite a road-based car, isn't it? So it's as Anna said earlier, it's like it's risk-reward. You can end up going cross-country and just get that bump that you don't want, and end up careering towards some trees or on your roof as everyone sails past and gives you loads of grief via link.
Yeah.
So.
On Forza Monthly earlier, we looked at how you can take a car like the Camaro and make it off-road ready, stick some off-road springs on there. These cars don't have that. This is just the Camaro as it comes from the factory.
What a perfect time for you to say that. But then this is what I mean, like you want to make sure you got the right car. Like I will more often than not make sure I try to get to the final circle with a car that's going to do way better off-road as I just go as the crow flies directly to the end point and just hope I don't get interrupted by any of the scenery. Very rarely am I on a road.
Yeah, but if you know that road knowledge, you know, the entire map like the back of your hand, then you could know that there are some routes that are faster by road. So it's there are definitely advantages to that as well. So rather than just going the straightest line possible.
And that is another thing as well. The Mexico map does have more kind of longer, straighter, high-speed asphalt roads than the Horizon 4 map did. So there are more places where actually sticking to the road is going to see you right.
Talking of long, straight bits of road, there was an airstrip there.
Oh yes, that was a little peek at the abandoned airstrip there, one of our cool new world features.
Very nice.
A very brief peek as we crossed it at speed. And there we go, it ends in defeat.